Yo, what's going on everyone? It's TK and we're back with another strategy with the Fireball and the Rocket Loon. So let's dive in and see how this strategy works. Okay guys, I've seen the last video we've done on this attack and it was a quite a long time ago, but it did get a lot of views and a lot of likes and comments. So you guys liked it a lot. So I was like, let me actually give this strategy a go. So what we're gonna do is a Warden, of course, with the Rage Gem and that Fireball. I don't have it maxed out. That's why I got 2 Earthquake, and that's, basically from level 23, I believe, all the way up to 27. You can have 2 Earthquake unless you have it 27. You can always take 1. And what I do here is basically use a Flame Flinger next to my Warden to get more value. And don't forget, you can actually tap on defenses to know exactly where to drop your Flame Flinger. Now what I'm gonna do is actually a Fireball on the Ricochet Cannon so we can get the CC and of course the other defenses around it. But that's why we have a Poison in case you don't get the CC or you're not going for a CC takedown. You can have the Poison to deal with whatever you want to deal with. Now, we have a Mortar on the left. Make sure you take that out with Rocket Loon as well, so your Flame Flinger is more free. Fireball goes and boom, this area goes down. Now, I didn't expect the Monolith to stay up because my Earthquake was a bit bad, so I had to invest a Rage, going to take down that Mortar and start the attack. And this is where it gets interesting because you need to funnel your 3 heroes inside the base. You got 4 super wall breakers, and I made this strategy in a way so we are not using Root Riders, and that's for when, for example, you're using a tournament, you're playing a tournament and they have Root Rider banned, so you can actually use this Fireball strategy. Now the wall breaker was a bit late here. I'm gonna wait a bit slightly more for the next wall break, but I'm going to give that Wizard Tower a nice funnel so the Queen has more access to the core. Now I'm gonna go with wall break and another wall break. Just make sure you rage things up in the core and add the champion right next to where your heroes are so you can narrow down the pathing. So here my Queen ability gonna go off and I have more healers in this attack. You're gonna see why, I think, because I actually recorded quite a lot of attacks for different channels, so I'm not sure if these attacks will be in this channel, but still you can see the RC on the top side, making sure the Queen is not alone. Now you can rage the Queen or wait and rage the RC, but the Flame Flinger did its job right in that bottom side of the base. So I'm gonna rage the Hogs, rage the champion, and you can Rocket Loons and Loons, minions and everything for the back end to clean up and make the champion's life easier. And just look at that. No actual troops in the base, just heroes, and we smashed it in a way that there is no way to defend unless they have single infernos, which you can freeze. You can use Skelly spell, you can use the early king or queen ability to take down, and that's how this base is gone. Now this is the War League. Now I really want to show you guys what happens if the Fireball fails. I always do that. I always like to show you what happens when things don't go to plan. Is the strategy good enough to save it? And look at this. I missed an Archer Tower and the Fireball didn't hit the bomb tower because that was the plan. It would take down so much of that area. And guys, we basically got a bomb tower and an air defense, sorry, an archer tower and an air defense, and nothing more. But this is where I have the poison. If you don't take down the CC or if you miss the fireball, you can still do what needs to be done. So, gonna wait on the warden. I invested a rage and look at my spells. I only got 2 rage and a freeze. Guys, we invested nearly everything and we got nothing. So the Flame Flinger also opened, but that was kind of the plan, of course, because of the expo. I just wanted to give it a nice path narrowed down for the same entrance that I want to do right now with the king and queen. So I'm gonna leave the warden, let him be. I didn't pull him because with rage spell and rocket loons he can take down that entire area so much nicer. So I'm gonna pull him to the scatter shot. He goes to the left, we took down the scatter shot. Heroes on the right, you have to invest those wall breakers nicely so they can go to the core. I invested a few because there's a ricochet cannon. You have to go with the freeze, and this is where the Tesla pops up, making the wall breakers a bit tricky, and we didn't even get that wall open. So everything is going wrong. They also have single infernos, completely, as I said on the last attack, opposite side of this strategy. But look at the core. Once you get the king in the core, warden will follow. You can rage that entire thing up or wait. wait or raise your queen or the RC when they're in the hog puppet kind of area, and you have these rockaloons for the point defenses, just like the super barge attack if you remember, guys. This is what we do with the rockaloons on the back end. So always keep a few. You can use a few for the funnel, you can use a few for your flame flinger, but hold a few for the back end. And look at this base. There was nothing this base could do. This shouldn't have been a triple, but it is. And this shows you how broken 4 heroes only are, and that is just out of this mind. This was a CW attack, so it was really important for us to get the triple in Champs 1, and I got it. I couldn't believe this. That's why I wanted to make a video, because this strategy is somehow so broken that you cannot comprehend. Now we are here on Legends again. Once I want to bring this kind of attack to you, it's because two things. One thing is because they have 3 single infernos again, completely against your, heroes. The other thing is, last attack I showed you what happens if the fireball goes wrong. We could have kept the warden and got our, kind of warden value with rage spell and stuff. Now look at this. Gonna use a flame flinger nicely on that. Now here, I'm gonna show you what happens if you get a decent value, but your warden dies. This means you only have king and queen and RC to finish the entire base. Guys, this is not a joke. Like, this is actually happening. Like, you have only 3 heroes to finish the base, and they don't have any crazy overpowered abilities inside the base. The base is not kind of, very weirdly placed. Everything is decent, but here is where I should have maybe made something invisible, maybe a skelly spell, maybe a freeze, but I wasn't. I thought the warden is good, and this is why I don't queen charge. Look at this. Warden goes into the damage, and he's gonna get taken out, and he got the CC pool. So this is going bad, because that warden again itself could have taken down that entire area with a few rage, skelly spell, and stuff nicer. So I'm gonna go with the poison and wizard barbarian to take down the CC, and this is where you can take down the entire 30 kind of not 30 65% of the base with only those 3 other heroes. So I'm gonna do one thing that I do in Sui Lalo. I'm going to go with the Sui on the town hall, which means only the queen, not the king. Okay, the king, I'm gonna have it a bit separated into down that alley path, which you can see on the scatter shot. That's my plan with the king. So I'm gonna wall break him through. You need to get that funnel down with the wizard tower, so he goes in, and then I'm waiting for the RC, seeing where can I drop it. If the king doesn't go in, or let's say the queen needs help, you can keep the RC. So I'm gonna drop on the left so you can get more value, and now you have those 7 rockaloons on the back. And again, look, we're gonna take down that single infernos. You need to make sure your champion doesn't go to the outside, so funnel with those rockaloon on the defenses. And look at this, we got that rage and freeze. I can go with the champion ability. King is tanking for that monolith, raging the champion, freezing the back end. Guys, these attacks should not be a triple. Like, I'm not showing you the perfect execution on every attack. I'm showing you the results of what happens if you're not perfect. And this is what I think you guys look for. What happens if I miss something? What happens if my rockaloons, or sorry, my fireball doesn't go to plan? And this strategy is just amazing. I think it's a good thing for you. That's why you should upgrade that fireball to level 27. But let's move on to the last hit. Now, as always, I wanted to bring you the double invisibility bases, as I always do with other strategies as well, because it's important to know how to take these bases down. And with Fireball, you need to get one of these sides with the Fireball itself. If we had Zap, we would have Lightning the other side. But what I want to do is to actually drop a Flame Flinger in front of that Warden Tower, so we can get a decent cut. That's a good funnel, so then Warden can get pulled to the Town Hall. This is not a crazy plan, guys. This is just something that Warden would eventually do if you look at the air defense and the Wizard Tower placement. Once you pop the Warden ability on that, Archer Tower that we're just taking down, the Warden will go to the right. There's nothing he can do. So we're going to drop the Warden, pop the ability, then we're going to go with the healers. Make sure you drop a Cocoloon. This attack, I didn't do it. It's a bit bad, so make sure you do it. So I'm going to go ahead with the Mortar, Takedown, and the, kind of Teslas. And you can see how the Warden gets pulled to the Town Hall. That's important because he's kind of whole idea is to take down the Town Hall after that amazing Warden fireball value. So now I'm going to go ahead with the King and Queen Sui into the other side of the base. That's the other invisibility tower. Leave your Warden alone. Only on the ring bases you really want to pull that warden. And look at that small skelly donut. We're gonna activate that tower. You don't necessarily have to, because if you do a good funnel, the heroes will always come back. So if it's hard for you, don't matter, just make sure you funnel nicely so the heroes go back after they activate the invisibility tower. Wall breaker for the king and queen so they can go a bit forward, and this is just small little takedowns of the base. Every side of the base is getting taken down by one hero, and I raged the warden because of the poison tower, poison kind of the tunnel, actually not poison tower, but still. Now you can see the back end is the only thing left. We still got the RC, and look at the spells. You don't use spells, guys, because the warden fireball was crazy, the flame flinger was crazy, the heroes are already crazy on the right side, so all the spells will be remaining, as you see, on every attack for your champion most likely as well. So you can use those spells, keep the queen alive, maybe keep the warden alive, and at the same time keep the champion going. Headhunters and the champion on the lower side, you got rockaloons to absolutely crazy snipe these last few defenses. I dropped the poison in a way so we can get the RC and the enemy heroes. Tornado trap gets triggered, but it doesn't matter, guys. We have so much to take down this base, and this is why I love this strategy. You always have something to drop. This is what I like. I don't like to drop everything and then watch the attack. I want to be in control first of all, and the second of all, I love the fireball. So upgrade the fireball. Trust me, you will love this strategy, and it's just heroes. You can flex on your friends, on your clanmates, and everything else. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you soon on the next one. Take care and peace.